Good morning. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great weekend of sales. And if you're like me, I'm not really buying stock at the moment, so I'm quite happy because it was absolutely bucketing down this morning, thunderstorms and all. My name is Adam. Welcome to my channel. This is Mr. B's UK reseller. We buy things and we flip things for a profit on the internet, primarily eBay, and yeah, we just wanted to sort of try and bring you some content that's going to help, and tips and tricks and things that we've learned. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. So today we are going to talk about, well actually I'm going to show you how we process our clothing stock. So from when we photograph it to when we draft it, and basically our process of how we store it ready for it to be sold, etc. Organisation is key. It's taken me years to get organised, and I wish I had started it earlier, but oh well. So yeah, just wanted to show you it's quite easy. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get into it. Okay, so we're using this jacket as an example. So remember, this is just about our clothing. This is how we do our clothing from sort of start to finish. So first of all, we would lay it on our background, take all of our necessary photographs, but we make sure that we have the draft already available in our drafts on eBay. Okay, keeps us organized. It means we can take the photographs directly into the app, and the photographs are all there. Now what is key are two things: all your measurements. Make sure all of your measurements, from if it's a jacket, arm to inside arm, chest to chest, and the total length as well is always helpful. When you're doing the chest, a lot of people misconception is armpit to armpit, just the front. So what you want to do, the easiest way is, you basically, if they haven't got the inches in chest inside on the label, then you measure the front, armpit to armpit at the lowest points, and then you double it, because the idea is to have the measurement front and back. That will be your total armpit to armpit measurements. So once you've got all of your measurements in place, some people go extra and they measure shoulder to shoulder. You can be as thorough as you want, but the measurements is important, because well, you'll see why later on. The other thing to do is always take photographs of any labels in terms of material, because that will be great for your item specifics. See here, you see this one is 44L, so that tells me it's 44-inch chest long. Okay, photograph all of these pieces so that you've got reference in your listing, and also any labeling in terms of the make. Alright, so once you've done that, you then move on to the next process. Alright, so if you've done all your pictures for the day and you think, oh, you know what, I can do the rest tomorrow in terms of bagging it up and stuff, have a separate box and have it labeled. So this basically, this says to be listed, bagged and tagged. So what that means to us is that it is drafted, photographs are done, measurements are done, and it's ready to be bagged up, which is what we're going to show you next, and listed onto eBay for sale. Always just keeps you organized, if you're not going to do it there and then. So there's the jacket in question that we were dealing with. Excuse the state of my workspace, it's a bit mad at the moment. I have these bags always ready. So what you want to do is grab yourself a bag. Now our bags have got a pre-labeled tag on them with a code. There are no special codes. We've just chosen a couple of letters and put numbers in sequence. So FW1 was the first one, and I think we've gone all the way up to FW500, and then we've done the same for other letter combinations. They have no relevance. They just mean that if that's tagged on that bag, we know where it is, basically. So then what you would do is you would get your item of clothing, so as you can see, this is all tagged, bagged and ready to go. I don't like to crush the clothing. I like to give it a little bit of room, purely because, especially if it's a jacket, I don't want the customer getting the item super creased up. Now on to the next bit. So as you can see, with all of these boxes here, I've labelled them up with B3, B5, etc, etc. Now this is really important. So what I tend to do is I will already have picked a box that I'm going to use. So for this one I'm going to use B7. This is the one that I was putting into my description. So in my SKU, which is right at the bottom of the item specifics, you will put B7, and then I will write my code, which is FW174. Once I've done that, that item then goes in to that bin. You can have whatever labels you want on the bins, it's entirely up to you. I chose B for bin or for box or whatever, and I find that now what happens is the order comes in, I then go on my SKU, I know I need to go to B7 and put out that number there and then. So there you go. So I hope you found that useful. It does take a bit of practice, it does take a bit of double checking to make sure you get things measured right, materials, etc, everything you need in your description. But when you get into a rhythm, it does save a lot of time. I've been through the whole scenario where you're searching for stock and you can't find it, and you send things out late, it's disorganized, it's stressful. This way just keeps me calm, I know where things are, and keeps you organized from the get-go. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great rest of the weekend. If you don't mind liking, subscribing, leave me a cheeky comment, let me know how you guys do things. I'd like to find out if there's anything I can improve on in terms of how I do things, and I will speak to you guys soon.